Angelike twist by Nzenze is playing. My father was born in a small village to a large family. He started school as a preteen and had to struggle to get his father to pay for him to go. The Kalenjin aren't home to Laikipia, so there's so few of us over there. But somehow, he made it out, met my mother, married her, and became a teacher. He worked hard and settled down in a small town called Kapsabet. He used to take two of my older brothers to school on a bicycle when they were young. By the time I came along, he was a high school principal and drove a grey Toyota Corolla. That was in 2002, when our family of 6 became whole. Cherish the Day by Sade is playing. It hasn't always been easy being the last of my father's sons. In primary and high school, his name seemed like legend. My brothers were no different. Each was their own person, but they all succeeded in their own ways. It's a lot to live up to. There wasn't really much room for me. A difference in me existed. One that was often ignored. One that you couldn't see just by looking at me. One that often got me punished. I juggle words, bend them, twist them, stretch them, but all my life I've struggled to read them. A fog comes over my brain and the words turn into noise. I could tell letter from letter, but to put them together, sometimes I'd read several sentences over and over, never understanding a single word. With Kiswahili, I couldn't even read the letters. It's kind of like when you stutter. Your brain struggles to just spit it out. Or if you've ever tried to read a foreign language, or screaming in a room full of deaf people. Heaven is a Home by Uchis is playing. Picture me, 11 years old, short, clean-shaven, wearing a crisp white shirt, a dark blue pair of shorts, sweater and tie, grey socks and a pair of shiny black leather shoes. I'm standing in front of the whole class, stuttering, stammering, crying, trying to read a single paragraph while my teacher circles me like a vulture. He grips a long black whip in his right hand. Kwenye kijiji cha. My classmates used to scream my name when our teacher would ask who should read the next paragraph. Giggles would follow. 6 years later, I'm in a physics lab during an exam. I've been reading my question paper for a good 20-30 minutes. I don't understand a single thing. I've managed to set up my experiments, but for the life of me, I have no idea what I'm doing. I cry, but teary eyes don't make me read any better. After another 30 minutes of trying to read this one piece of paper, I just let it go. I fill out my paper with imaginary figures and drawings and I leave the exam room. I think I got like a 3. Tonight by Nonso Amadi is playing. I wonder what it was like for a man who crawled his way out of poverty to be able to go to school, to see my grades. Disappointing my father, now a regional director of education, year over year, was hard. I wasn't always like that. I didn't really have to try to get good grades. It was when I got to high school that I actually had to learn how to study. 2 months before my final high school exam, my therapist tells me she knows a specialist who can help. 18 years old, I felt too big in there. There were all these fun kid things in that office. A nice playground with a swing and a slide in the backyard. It was nice. It was quiet. I was given some tests, nothing particularly hard, just that they gave me a few headaches. I was in that office for 2 days. I walked in knowing I was dyslexic. I walked out knowing I wasn't. Something about not meeting the diagnostic criteria, my spelling was good, something like that. He says I have ADHD, which I actually already knew. But he also tells me something else. He tells me I should be good at maths and physics. Says I have an analytical mind. Says there's nothing wrong with me. My brain just works differently. He gives me some tips and sends me on my way. Rhumba Japani by Sauti is playing. His advice helped me get a bachelor's degree in applied physics and computer science. He helped me believe in myself. I wish I could thank him. This is what I'm thinking as I sit in my friend's dimly lit bedsitter, trying so hard to stay awake. I'm wearing an expensive blue suit my brother gave me for my graduation. On my left, my girlfriend, my best friend, Aurelia, sits with her head on my shoulder. She's holding my hand and scrolling Twitter on her phone. On my right, Rude. He was my roommate in first year. when we lived in that stuffy school hostel with broken windows and graffiti on the walls. He's talking to Trevor and Nina. Trevor and I are two peas in a pod. We talk a lot. About a lot of things. Things you don't really want to talk about. But we also talk about things you do want to talk about. I've known Nina for the shortest, but she's definitely part of the group. She and Trevor used to date. Them, Aurelia and I would hang out together. We'd get high, drunk, play board games, poker, the best of days. This is Nina's place, and her speakers are blasting music beside us. Something by Playboi Carti is playing. She has cool paintings on her walls and a cozy bed, and I could just doze off. No, don't go to sleep. Everyone yells at me when I close my eyes. I've been up for almost 48 hours. I'm high, I'm drunk, I'm tired, and I just want to rest. But every time I close my eyes, I feel myself get pulled into darkness. I see nothing, I feel nothing. It's lonely here, but it's peaceful. The peace of nothingness. The peace only unborn babies know. I think, is this what death feels like? But my friends pull me back into consciousness. They never let me go. Homecoming by Kanye West is playing. This is where I am. All the time. This is where I choose to be. With people who choose me. People who accept me. The next day, we will all walk our separate ways. This may be the last time all 5 of us are together. But this is where I choose to be. This isn't a memory. Memories aren't this real. I can almost touch Aurelia. I can look straight into Trevor's eyes. He's looking right back at me. Nina is laughing at something. And Rudy is looking off into the distance. This is where I am. All the time. This is where I choose to be. The night after my graduation.